Remember how God cares for you on this Thanksgiving Day. Remember how the Lord has taken care of you and has given you all the things that you have, your necessities, the things that you have. Think through the blessings that the Lord has given you. Um, Even in the midst of heartache and sorrow, God's faithfulness is still there. And remember how He cares for you and takes care of you. God is, through Moses, composing this song. And Moses is going to warn them that they need to follow after the Lord. They need to remember how God cared for them. And Moses prophetically pronounces that the Israelites will not remember what God did for them. So let us get into this song. The song answers by "Give ear, O heavens, and I will speak. Let the earth hear the words of my mouth." So this is big stuff. The whole cosmos needs to hear this. Oh heavens. Everybody needs to hear the words of my mouth, my teaching drop as the rain, my speech distill as dew. This is going to be helpful to you, for I will proclaim the name of the Lord, ascribe greatness to our God. And it goes through and talks about various good qualities about God, how He is the rock. And then He encourages them here. Remember the days of old. Oh, remember, what did God do in the old days? Moses says, "Consider the years of many generations. Ask your father, and he will show you. Your elders, and they will tell you. Ask what God has done. When the Most High gave to the nations their inheritance, when He divided mankind, He fixed the borders of the peoples according to the numbers of the sons of God. But the Lord's portion is His people, Jacob His allotted heritage. He found him in a desert land." So we see this is the distinction between Israel and all the other nations, that Israel is uniquely the Lord's. He calls Israel his own. And it's pictured as God finding them in the desert land, in a howling waste of the wilderness. We're told that God encircled them. He cared for them, and He kept them as the apple of His eye. Compares Himself as an eagle that's taking care of its young, catching them, teaching them how to fly, and that the Lord alone guided them. So there's this special relationship between God and Israel. And Moses is saying, remember those days of old. Remember how God took care of you, how He found you in the wilderness. And just as Moses said, you all are going to forget. He said this in the previous chapter. He says, you've gotten curds from the herd, milk from the flock. Oh, so many good things, the finest of the wheat. You get everything. But here's what happened to you, Jeshuan. It's a pet name, if you will. It's a term of endearment for Israel. But Jeshuan grew fat and kicked. So because of God's blessing, they got big. You grew fat, stout, and sleek. You're strong. And then what do you do when you get comfortable? What do you do when you get strong? We forsake the Lord because we're depending on our own strength. It says that Israel forsook God who made him and scoffed at the rock of his salvation. Let's not do that this Thanksgiving. Let's be thankful. Are we fat? Are we sleek? Are we stout? Are we strong? We need to thank the Lord because it was Him who remembered us and took care of us. If you think you have contributed to your own success, prosperity, anything that you have, if you think you have contributed to it, then you are mistaken, my friend. It is God who's given it to you. Notice what they ended up doing. They sacrificed to demons that were not God, perhaps referring to the golden calf, perhaps referring to situations in Egypt or in their wandering through the wilderness, not following after the Lord. They were unmindful of the rock that bore them. And then he says, they have made me jealous with what is no God. They have provoked me to anger with their idols. And we know the Israelites are going to continue to do this. Remember, this is a song that Moses says, I want you to sing this every 7 years. I want everybody to get together and I want you to hear this law and I want you to hear this song. And he's saying and reminding them that when they follow after other gods, that they are provoking him to jealous. Let's not do that this Thanksgiving, but thank the Lord for what he has given to us. And then 22 and following talks about God's anger being kindled because they are following after other gods. They're hurting themselves. And then we see all the ways that the Lord is going to turn against them. It says, I will cut them to pieces. I will wipe them from human memory. Had I not feared provocation by the enemy, lest their adversaries should misunderstand. There's actually a turning in the Lord. He's saying, because people will misunderstand what I will do, I've got something else in store for Israel. So let us do this. Let us remember the days of old. Let us remember how God has taken care of us. Let's especially do that this Thanksgiving season. I pray that has been a blessing to you, and I'll see you in the next video.